Welcome back to another Majestic Mondaze. Let's start by taking a slow, deep breath together. In through the nose, hold, and exhale gently. This is your pause, your reset, your reminder that before the world demands anything from you, you belong to yourself first. Today's episode is about becoming the master of your own life, reclaiming your energy, your peace, and your choices. It's about moving from reaction to creation, chaos to clarity, surviving to steering. This topic is really personal for me right now because not just this past week, but lately I have been trying to re identify who I am. And that requires me to take action in the things that make me feel powerful, that make me feel enlightened, that make me feel more in tune and aligned with myself. And lately, I've been called to take a lot of steps and make a lot of decisions that were going to be for the betterment of myself and not necessarily what I typically focus on is the betterment of others. And in order to be there for other people, you have to be able to take care of yourself. Being the master of your life doesn't mean controlling every detail. Like, I have to learn that the hard way, right? It's about knowing yourself deeply and moving with awareness. It's about really noticing your emotions without letting them dictate your actions. And it's pausing before reacting, choosing peace before proving a point, right? And when you begin living with intention, you realize mastery is an inner state. It's how you meet yourself in the moments that really test you. An example for me is in my relationships, whether it's friendships, whether it's romantic, there are a lot of times where I feel passionate about the things I feel passionate about, right? And because of that, I have a lot of emotions. And with that, if there is something that doesn't go my way, right? Because we talk about not having control, but just moving with awareness, is that if I look for something to go a certain way and it doesn't, I'm very quick to react sometimes. I have a fight or flight that is always trying to activate. And with that being said, it lately it has really caused me to pay attention to myself and go inward. And taking that pause, really just stopping and being like, okay, what am I feeling right now? What is going on? And instead of letting my emotions lead and just kind of took that moment to kind of pause and see what is going on? What am I experiencing right now? And how can I get out of it? And when I took those steps, it really allowed me to learn that, okay, this is against a belief that I have. And is this belief rooted from the past? Like, is it something that like belongs to the past? Or is it something that I can be open to being flexible in and just adapting in a different way? And with that, it has allowed me to really learn more about myself. And that's where mastering your life comes from, is just understanding you and who you are. Like, awareness is everything. You can't change what you don't acknowledge, right? So when you become aware of your triggers or your thought patterns or the ways you self-sabotage, you reclaim your power. Like, because awareness definitely gives you a choice. Awareness in action might look like realizing you've been running on autopilot and slowing down intentionally, right? So if you're always on the go, 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 meaning like, you know what? I need to take a rest day today. Today is going to be the day that I take a rest. Like, that is having that awareness in action. Another one is catching negative self-talk and choosing compassion instead. I've noticed that a lot about that with myself where I'm like, okay, wow, Mila, like, you could have done this, you could have done that, or you should have done this, you know? And then I took a moment. I'm like, you know what? Mila, it's okay to make mistakes. This is how you learn. It's okay that this didn't work out because maybe it wasn't aligned with what you needed to really do at this moment. So when you're choosing compassion over negative self-talk, that is another way that you are moving with your awareness. Another way awareness in action may look like is recognizing when something or someone drains your peace and taking a step back. I've lately been taking space, and not even just from my partner, but just life in general, taking a step back and really looking at like, okay, I don't want this to stress me out anymore. I don't want this to bother me. So what do I need to do to regain my power, right? And that means taking a step back, taking that moment to be like, you know what? Like my peace is in jeopardy right now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay home and I'm going to be solo and I'm going to vibe out in my own world. I'm going to step away from my phone. I'm not going to think about what this person's doing or what this person said about me or what these people may be thinking. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take a step back and, do the things that make me feel better and feel in love with myself. And what I noticed about that when I did that is it made everything so much more clear. It was more so like, "Hey, like, you can control how you feel. You can control what impacts you. You can only control yourself." And so true mastery really lives between discipline and surrender. Discipline builds consistency, and it's your structure, your devotion. And then surrendering brings flow. It's your trust in timing, your willingness to release control, which is extremely important because when you find harmony between the two, life stops feeling like a struggle. And it just starts to feel like a rhythm, right? When you want to practice this mastery, you want to create small realistic habits that align with your higher self. You also want to allow yourself to rest without guilt. Again, allow yourself to rest without guilt, y'all. Um, and then trusting that progress isn't lost just because you paused for a second. Okay, so the balance between hustle and rest is real. It is real because when we push too hard, it leads to burnout. And then slowing down we don't realize it brings more alignment and peace, right? So, um, a time that like I have been trying to balance between hustle and rest is when I am trying to get so much done. And I want to say it's at work, right? Where I have so many new clients that I need to take on. I have so many things that I need to organize. I have so many things I got to do for this boss and this boss. And I am on the go and go and go and go and go. And one thing I had to realize and learn about myself, like I love accomplishing tasks. I love completing tasks. Like if that's in a job title, like it's here for me because like I love a good challenge, right? And so with that though, because I love accomplishing and completing tasks, I try to take on so many tasks at one time. And when I try to do that, I don't realize, right? But I become overwhelmed. And I'm like, "No, I gotta push through. I gotta get this done. Like, nah, like this needs to be done so that I could rest later," essentially, right? Instead, though, what I started doing is I would pause. I would pause. And I'd be like, you know what? I need to go for a walk right now. Let me go walk around the property for just 5 minutes. That is my idea of resting because I am mentally pushing myself. I am mentally hustling, right? I am mentally doing all this work and my mind is going on overdrive. And a way to release that and allow my mind to rest is stepping away from the computer, stepping away from my desk and any, electronic devices, and I will go on a walk. I will go outside rain or shine, and I will go on a walk. That will allow me to be more aligned and I won't have to feel so frantic and overwhelmed. And by the time I get back to my desk, I'm like, okay, where can I start? And then I have a clearer view. I have a clearer view of like what can be done right now and what can be done later. And I can organize my workday per usual. And this is what I've been doing the past few months, and it has been extremely, extremely helpful. And let me give you guys a few like affirmations and action steps to kind of get into this week. A few action steps that I want you to do is I want you to do morning intentions, right? I want you to ask yourself, what energy do I want to carry today? Sit with it and then just let the answers come to you. What energy do I want to carry today? And then I want you to do a midday checkpoint, right? Pause and ask, am I reacting or creating right now? Wherever it is that you're doing. So if you want to do a 8 or 9 o'clock morning intention, what kind of energy do you want to carry today? And then you want to do a midpoint, which is maybe like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Am I reacting or creating right now? And then I want you to do an evening reflection. What did I reclaim control over today? Was it my thoughts, my choices, my peace? And that could be in the evening, 7, 8 o'clock at night, depending. This is just a draft times, but depending on how your days run and operate, like you pick a time. I have a few affirmations that I want y'all to get into, and we'll go right into the meditation after. I want you to sit briefly and close your eyes for a second and repeat after me. I am the conscious creator of my life. I lead with awareness, not fear. I trust the process and honor my pace. I choose alignment over approval. And I want you to take a deep breath in and let it go. Visualize yourself standing at the center of your life, calm, confident, even steady. Around you are all the moving parts, relationships, dreams, challenges, but you're at peace because you know you are in tune with yourself. And in that moment, you're repeating quietly to yourself, I am not at the mercy of life. I am in partnership with it. Again, I am not at the mercy of life. I am in partnership with it. Let that sink in. Let that embody you. Thank you again for tuning into Majestic Mondays. This week, walk into your mastery. You don't need permission, just presence. I'll see y'all next week.